Hello everybody, we are back here on The Hunter Call of the Wild, taking a look at the TruRACS Blackbuck for the first time ever. I found out that these guys were in the game yesterday, and ever since then I had been waiting for the okay to be able to show them to you guys, and well, we got the okay, so we're going to be making a video on these guys right now, and I'm super excited to show them off. They are really good looking. Also, there actually was something that I missed about the dogs in my last video, and that is the fact that you can actually give them treats. So let's get this guy to sit, and then now that he is sat down, let's give him a treat. And honestly, it's a really cool animation. I like it. It looks super good, and the best way to reward your sweet little doggo. So this video may be focused on Blackbuck, but I can't pass up the opportunity to take out a pretty good looking mule deer, so we're gonna move over a little bit so the tree doesn't block us and then get a shot into this guy. He seems to be a pretty decent one. Well, second time's the charm this time, I guess. And that is a dilute, but we're gonna let him live. Let's go up and grab that level 4. That was a pretty good sized mule deer. Something else that I've noticed ever since I started playing on this early build is a lot of the animals have been getting to their zones almost immediately, which is something I'm not really used to seeing. Like these mule deer and the Blackbuck, they got to their zones within like maybe 5 to 10 in-game minutes, which is way faster than I've ever seen them get to their zones before. So I've got high hopes that maybe whitetail are going to be the same. So if you guys want to see a video on the whitetail to see how they're doing in the next couple days, then let me know, because I definitely want to check it out and see how the whitetail are. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab this mule deer as we pass by. 261 on that guy. What a giant muley. That thing is really big. I'd love to get a rare with this rack shape. I think that would be amazing. So we finally have a true buck in range. We're gonna try and get just over this little hill right here so that the brush isn't in the way. And once we do that, we'll take a shot on it, unless there's some bigger ones in the area, which is always possible. So we're just gonna move up here. And yeah, right here we should be able to take a shot. I'm gonna quickly look over here because they can also be over here. But I don't see any, so we should be in the clear to take this guy and maybe that guy too, so we can get a smaller one. I don't know where the second one went. There he is. And we got him too. That's awesome. If there's a third one, we'll take that also. It looks like it's all females now, though. There's Hunter running over to the Blackbuck. We're gonna let him find both of them so we can get some more XP for him. I've got him, I think, to level 14 now, so I've done a little bit of leveling since the last video, but not a ton. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. That is absolutely awesome. I did not expect to see that. Two differently colored horns. That's so cool. Alright, so now that we got a few pictures, let's go ahead and get Hunter to sit down so he'll stop barking. Then we will give him a treat if it will let me do it. There we go. Give Hunter a little treat. Then we'll grab the Blackbuck, get a look at it for the first time. There we go. 80.90 level 2 Blackbuck. As you can see, this one is uneven, but I really like the way that looks. It's super cool. I'm pretty impressed with these from what I've seen so far. I know this is the first one that I'm showing off to you, but I have been hunting them a little bit. But this is the first time I've actually seen one that has two separate horns, which is really, really cool. I think this looks awesome. Very impressed with it as of now. Here is the second Blackbuck. This one's a little bit more even and slightly bigger. Let's go ahead and get him to sit. Let's pick up our Blackbuck. 94.20, and as you can see, this has a completely different color on the horns, and they're completely different shape too. I'm a huge fan of these Blackbuck TruRACS so far. Very, very impressed, and this was something they never really even said was coming, but a lot of people thought that it would be just because of some teaser images and stuff like that that showed Blackbuck in them. And we did indeed get Blackbuck with it, so it's really cool. and I'm really liking them so far. There is an absolute ton of blackbuck over there. We've got 2 separate herds of them, and this one over here actually has a pretty good size level 4 in the back, so we definitely want to get that one down. And there's even a few that I haven't been able to spot that could also be pretty big, and yeah, that guy's pretty massive also. 109 to 127. The new diamond rating for these guys is 132.2, I believe, so anything above that will end up making diamond. It's a little bit, I think, lower than before. I didn't hunt blackbuck too much before they added TruRACS to them, or actually, now that I think of it, I think the old diamond rating used to be like 30 something, so this is actually way higher than it used to be. So we are now in range, and I think we're going to take this guy first and then try to get this other 4 also. This one is a little bit smaller, but he's giving us a much better shot, so we can just get this guy down. We'll try to quickly go to that 4 right there. Well, we got him down. It wasn't a clean shot, but he's definitely going down, and that's another 4. Well, we got a shot into him. I'm not sure if it was vitals or not, but it'll definitely take him down. So that's 3 level 4 blackbuck on the ground. I'm excited to see what the differences are between them, because I've only killed a couple 4s as of now. There's a pretty good 3 right there if we can just take him out. And that's definitely going to do the trick. See if we can get the 2 or this other 2. Well, that's actually a 3. It's a very small 3. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to hit that shot, but we got 3 4s and level 3 down, so that's pretty nice. Alright, so here is the first blackbuck. That's a pretty good looking one, honestly. Let's get Hunter to sit down, and we'll go ahead and claim this, but I really like the way that looks. This is a more wide spiral that looks similar to a kudu almost. Maybe not quite as wide of a spiral as a kudu would have, but still really nice looking. So this guy's about 21 or 22 points below diamond, and it's still really good looking. This is about as big as one of the old diamonds would be, which is pretty awesome. I definitely am very impressed with how these guys look. I just can't get over it. They're probably, I'd say, the best TruRACS here on Parque. And I think as of now, every species has TruRACS except for the ones on Virhonga Savannah, so I'd imagine that next up we can look forward to something like Cape Buffalo or Kudu or Gemsbach. It's going to be really awesome to see what they do with those, and I honestly can't wait. So the second one seems to be quite a bit different than that other level 4, so let's take a look at it. 113, it's got a bit of a tighter spiral, and I think the horns might be a bit darker also. But either way, that's really good looking. See if there's any differences. It seems like these are very symmetrical. Yeah, this is one of the symmetrical ones, so that's pretty cool. I'm liking it. So this last one right here actually looks insane. I can't believe how awesome this looks. This is going to be one of those species where the mismatched horns actually look really, really good, so I'm excited to see if we can get maybe some diamonds that have some mismatched horns like this, but this one is 109. We didn't get a good shot, but it was starting to die pretty quickly, so I thought we might have clipped a lung, but unfortunately we didn't, which isn't too big of a deal. This is just a level 4 at 109, so wouldn't have been anywhere close to diamond. However, there is a decent bit of difference between these in score, so this probably would have been like a 120 if they had been even. So that would have been pretty cool, but I like the way this looks. It's pretty awesome. So our dog just hit level 15 in Companion, which means we can select a new trait for it. Our options are Howl or Nosier. So basically, if we choose Howl, our dog will howl like a wolf on command, which I really don't see how that's going to be useful, so I probably won't choose that, but your dog is better at picking up the scent from smaller blood clues is definitely going to be useful, so let's unlock that. And quickly, let's go over to him because it looks like he found our blackbuck. And he definitely did. Here is the blackbuck right here. This is a smaller one, so not going to be as impressive as the last ones, but it still looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and claim this. 108.20. That's actually a really big level 3. That's just as big as that last level 4 that we grabbed. And in fact, I think it has one of the same horns. The other one was just half and half, but this one, you just see what an even one looks like from that smaller antler off the last one, or smaller horn. Not bad. And this guy we actually hard shot, but that is another very good looking blackbuck. So we are at the last place that we're going to be hunting today. This is actually a location that we ended up finding a level 5 blackbuck along with a level 4 leucistic blackbuck, and I've been waiting to show it to you guys, but I couldn't because I wasn't sure if it was okay yet. They never mentioned anything about the blackbuck being in this patch, so we had to clear it with the community managers of Expansive Worlds before showing it off. But now that we got the okay, we can finally show off the 2 blackbucks, so that's why we're doing this video today, and that's why we're going to show that off right now. So we currently have in front of us our very first level 5 TruRACS Blackbuck, and as far as I can tell, that is a guaranteed diamond estimate, if I am remembering the score requirement correctly at least. And if that's the case, I'm super excited, and we definitely need to get this thing on the ground. We're going to get a little bit closer though, because I don't necessarily trust a 331 meter shot with the Mosin, especially since I still don't know if they've actually fixed it and made it more accurate than it was. Because as you guys know, for the longest time, ever since the T Aurora update, it's been very inaccurate, and it's been hitting way off of where we've been aiming. Far left, far right, it's very hard to say where the Mosin's actually going to hit, so I do want to get close just in case it's still like that. Maybe we'll do some more testing on it in the near future and see if the accuracy issues have actually been resolved, but until we know that, I'm going to be safe on all of these shots. Oh my gosh, we also have ourselves our very first leucistic blackbuck too, and I think it's it's literally right next to him. That is so cool. Well, that's got me even more excited now. I didn't even see the leucistic one until we got a little bit closer. And in fact, the leucistic one is giving us an even better shot than the diamond is, so let's just take out that leucistic right now, and then we'll track down the level 5 after we take this guy out. And in fact, they should come back to their need zone very shortly after they spook off, so let's wait for this guy to lift his head up, and then we'll try to get a shot into him. I am actually going to check out the range, just to make sure. 239, that's not as far as I was expecting it to be, so change that. And that might have been a little bit high. That might have been slightly high. However, that second shot looked to be decent, actually. Maybe not. Well, if nothing else, this gives us a chance to utilize the dog a little bit better, and it also kind of shows that the Mosin's not necessarily back to its insane state that it used to be. That is another reason why we took that shot a little bit further away than we're going to take the diamond, because I did kind of want to see how it was going to perform, and it's just as I expected. It's not performing the way that it used to, unless we were just high. We might have hit spine for all I know. I guess once we pick it up, we'll be able to figure that out. And in fact, there is so many tracks around here. We're just gonna let our dog look for some blood, and hopefully it'll be able to find it. And yeah, right here we have a blood trail. No organs hit, so that could still mean spine, because they don't consider the vertebrae to be an organ. So that'd be my guess. The second shot was also bad, unfortunately. Well, it looks like he has found our little blackbuck. Yeah, right over there. So once he runs up to it, we'll give him a treat, and then we should be able to just claim this guy and see where we went wrong. My guess is it either still has weird inaccuracies or we aimed a little bit too high, which is very possible. I zeroed for 150 and aimed at the top of the back, but I guess there's a chance that I was aiming a little bit too high. So now that he has found it, see if we can give him a treat. If it will let me. There we go. Honestly, the animations for the dogs are so good. I absolutely love it. Alright, so now that we have gave him the treat, let's go ahead and claim this. And wow, okay. So it hit way lower than I was expecting it to, and it also hit a little bit far forward. That's not what I was expecting that to be at all. I mean, we'll still tax it. And it looks like that level 5 actually is not a guaranteed diamond. Its lower estimate is 3 points below, so there's still a chance that it trolls us. So now after crashing shortly after we claimed that Leucistic one and booting the game back up, we're now once again in view of this Blackbuck right here, and we're gonna do a loop around the left side, and hopefully we can get a little bit closer to where the Mosin will actually be a little more reliable. I was not a fan of that bullet drop at like 80 meters past what it was zeroed to. That was extremely rough. There's actually a bunch of Blackbuck along here too, but we're gonna avoid them for now since we're targeting this level 5. Okay, so we are a little bit closer than I thought we were. 50 meters away from this absolutely massive Blackbuck. I need to find a place that I can hide, and then we'll try to take this guy out. Hopefully we're able to get a good angle on him because this brush is very, very thick around them, and it's gonna make it hard to get a good view on them. But hopefully he gets in a good spot so we can actually take a shot. That's him right there, and he is leaving. I'm not sure why either. We didn't spook him. They just all got up and started walking away. So now we've got a bit of an issue here. I don't think it's their end of their drink time. It's definitely not. Why did he get up and where did he go? It's looking like maybe they just moved drinking spots, which is still strange, but hopefully that's the case so they didn't completely leave. Well, I have finally found a bush that I can hide in, which is gonna greatly help us out as long as it actually hides me, and it does, so we can now get up and look around a little bit and hopefully it'll be close. Well, I finally found our level 5. He's been hiding in a bush this whole time and I just could not get a view on him. I spent about 10 minutes just going through all of the brush in this area trying to see if I could spot him. And we finally spotted him again, but he's running off, as always, so we're just gonna have to wait for him to come back to his zone. We'll kind of just chill in this bush and wait for him, I guess. Let's keep him as our highlighted one, though, just in case we lose sight of him again. So there he is. He's on his way back, about to be in the zone once again. We're zeroed for 75 meters with the Mosin. The second he gives us a broadside shot, we'll probably take it, and if he doesn't give us one, the Mosin should be able to get through the front of the chest and kill him. Blackbuck have always been one of those animals that you can usually drop with a chest shot, so if we have to, we'll do that. And in fact, that will do fine right there. That is a level 5 Blackbuck down, the first level 5 TruRACS that I've come across. I'm very excited to see what this guy's gonna score. Let's have our dog chase him down just so we can get the XP. And then we'll pick it up and take a look at what a giant level 5 Blackbuck looks like up close. Good boy. Let's go ahead and give him a treat. Now, let's take a look at this. This is really awesome. It looks very similar to the old ones, just a little bit bigger, honestly. Let's go ahead and tell him to sit real quick so he'll stop barking, but let's get a couple screenshots of this. This looks really good. So far, I'm really liking the way the TruRACS Blackbuck look. This might be one of the better TruRACS they've done. And I kind of figured that Blackbuck would be next since Parque Fernando only had Blackbuck as, I guess, the only species that didn't have TruRACS, so let's go ahead and claim this, and hopefully this will be a diamond. It is, it's a diamond at 132.30, so this is small rack then. If this is small rack, I cannot imagine what the big rack one's gonna be like, because this looks really, really good. This pretty much looks like the old big rack. It's got really tight spirals and a lot of mass at the base. That looks so good. I'm very impressed with that. I'm very excited to see what a big rack one's gonna look like, because this looks phenomenal. I am honestly speechless. They did such a good job on them. And I thought the Bloodhounds were gonna be the star of this patch, but honestly, I'm liking these Blackbuck a lot too. Now that you guys have seen that awesome Diamond Blackbuck along with the Leucistic one, let's go ahead and try to take this guy out. He's pretty far off, but I think we should be able to do this, so let's get 0 to 300 and get in front of our dog so that he doesn't block our shot. And I think we can do this. Second shot hit. Not great though. I'm wondering if it was a little bit further than what I had ranged it at. Oh, it definitely was, 322. And with the Mosin, it seems like any difference in range affects the drop quite a bit, so that's unfortunate, but he should go down. So it looks like we accidentally dropped a female Blackbuck on the spot. I'm guessing we brain shot this thing. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm guessing she was actually in front of the one that we were trying to kill, by the looks of it at least, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and pick her up, and actually, we somehow hit lung. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. I think there might still be some inaccuracies with the Mosin, possibly. Because from what I could see, her head was right in front of the lungs of the one that we were shooting at, and if we hit lungs on her, something weird definitely happened, I'd say. Unless I was wrong about where she was, and she might have been a little bit further forward, but I don't think so. I'll have to go back and look at the footage later. Well, time to put Hunter to the test and have him find our Blackbuck for us. Save us a lot of the work. And just like that, he found our Blackbuck. That was really quick, actually. I'm impressed. What a good dog. Let's go ahead and have him sit and give him a treat. A job well done, buddy. Let's go ahead and check this guy out. 110. This is very similar to that level 3 that we found. A very good looking Blackbuck, though. Unfortunately, the shot was far back and low. I don't know how that happened, but I would say the Mosin still has quite a bit of issues at range because, as you guys saw, we actually aimed pretty far forward on this guy, and it hit clear back there. Once again, if I'm wrong about where I was aiming, I'll correct it, but I'm pretty sure that we were aimed more up front here, and it ended up hitting clear back there. So that's a little unfortunate. I might have to go back to the 243. I was really hoping that the Mosin would be back to its glory days, but it seems like the 243 is still going to be my go-to. But that's another awesome looking Blackbuck. So I was going to make that last location the last stop of the video, but we actually found a nice level 4 right here. So we're going to take him out. He's 245 meters away, at least. That's what we think. He's actually 227, so I'm glad that I checked, otherwise that could have been bad. Let's aim just slightly high, and then there's also a 3 that we'll try to get. Honestly, I'm not sure where the shot on this guy ended up going, but that one should do the trick right there. And he is losing HP, so we've got 2 more Blackbuck down, a nice level 4 and a decent level 3. So we definitely didn't get vitals on this guy, unfortunately, but I kind of expected that at such a strange range, and with him being at kind of an odd sloped angle. But still a pretty cool looking Blackbuck, and that's pretty awesome. These are really tight. I like how the horns on this one is pretty close together, and it's got the really big spirals. That's really cool. I'm really happy to see a lot of variety with this Blackbuck TruRACS. They're looking really good so far. And I've pretty much only shot 4s and then a few 3s and then the level 5, so we need to go take out some smaller ones, I think, during probably one of the live streams. But anyway, now that we have seen this guy right here, let's go ahead and go grab that level 3. Honestly, I'm really impressed at the range at which this guy can actually track the blood. We were clear down by the shoreline over here, and he was able to find blood that's clear over here. That's crazy. Honestly, these dogs are way more useful than everybody was expecting. They can sense the blood from very, very far away, which is pretty cool. So this little guy right here is definitely a smaller one. I think this is the smallest 3 that we've actually killed today. And we did not get vitals on this guy either, so we're definitely retiring the Mosin after this video. It's just not been performing the way I was expecting it to, which is pretty unfortunate, but once again, that's really unique and really cool looking. I'm so impressed with these Blackbuck. It seems like every time they do a TruRACS species, it just gets better and better. They almost always top their previous one, except I think Red Deer's probably going to be the hardest to top. They were pretty fantastic. But that is a really good looking level 3 Blackbuck. So we are now in the lodge and I've lined up all of these Blackbuck that I taxidermized. I only have, I believe, 5 of them, but we get a pretty good idea of the variety in the TruRACS for them just from these 5. So this right here is one of our level 3s. I believe this one scores like 94. This guy right here is kind of like half and half. He's got 1 dark horn and 1 lighter horn, and they're both very different in size and shape, which is really, really cool. Next up, we have another one of the level 4s, 110.5. This guy's a bit wider with very wide curls too, which is pretty sweet looking. I really am a fan of this. And then this guy right here is our Leucistic one. He's got a little bit tighter curls, but not by much, and also has a little bit tighter horns, which is pretty awesome. I love to see the differences between them. But last but not least, we have our diamond one, which absolutely just dwarfs everything, and this guy is a small diamond. This is only 0.1 above diamond rating. I can't wait to see what the big rack ones look like, or bighorns I should say. I always get that confused. I always end up saying rack because I'm so used to hunting deer, but I really can't wait to see the bighorns version of the diamond Blackbuck. I can't even wait. I need to go out there and get one. But anyway, guys, I think that's probably going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. It's been a lot of fun hunting these Blackbuck, and after getting this diamond one and the Leucistic, I could not wait to finish the video and get it out for you guys. So, hope you all enjoyed it. If you are brand new to the channel, consider subscribing. I do post 3 to 5 videos a week along with daily live streams. Also, be sure to like the video and leave a comment down below to let me know what you guys thought of the video, or if you have any questions or comments on the TruRACS Blackbuck or the dogs, feel free to put those in the comments below. Also, if you guys are not already, be sure to follow Expansive World's social networks, because they are the ones that gave me the opportunity to hunt the TruRACS Blackbuck early and show off the dogs, so I really would appreciate if you guys would go give them a follow on all their socials, because without them, we would not be doing this right now, and I'm extremely thankful for that. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!